the idea was you open the book on your side and we go through the questions from your side.
Yeah. Um. So the question. Um. Let me open the project. Uh, oh no, it's not this one.
Let's jump in on.
No, it's this other one. It's the one. We want question 5.
Yeah, like we had refactored that code and we were to test it to see.
Oh, I did this.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was like this.
Yeah, so we put con then render index name.
Wait.
In the command window. Uh, yeah, mix dot run. Is it run server? Mix Phoenix run server.
We're running the server. Oh,
Yeah, the Phoenix server.
what we're testing.
Not like running the tests. I don't think we have tests already. So like mix dash s. Yeah, even that can work. Ambiguous pipe found where? Page 6. You see where it's writing ambiguous pipe found?
Where? No.
You see where the version like compiling two files.
No.
In the
Compare.
yeah, just
Oh, I
take your
see
cursor
it.
up. Yeah.
Ambiguous pipe. Uh, so what are we supposed to do? I search.
Yes.
Um, let me search.
I'm not sure what that means.
Uh, what was the question?
The question just wanted us to
Use pipe operator and call. There's no answer.
yeah, so maybe what you need to search is the error we are getting. Catalog.ex.
This one.
Yeah, was this up running before we made the change?
Yes.
You can uh, in the command in the editor. You're using Sublime.
Yes.
Nice. In the editor, just put it back to the way it was. Just Control Z. It's not Control Z. So maybe you just put con.render. No, render con. Just remove the pipe on line 6. Then leave render. Then have space con and delete the con on line 5 and save and try running that again. And you see if it was running before we make the change. So it wasn't running. So they're saying variable con is unused. Just a minute, let me pick a call. Hello.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. So it's like the page controller line 5. It says use Phoenix Web controller. Yeah, that's correct. The def index con params undercon. So the error is saying compilation error in file.
Undefined function.
Undefined function con1. Yes. Which is so the index is taking con and params.
Was it like this before?
Oh yeah, I think you should have a comma between con and index. Yeah, just yeah, there.
Comma.
Yes.
Are you sure?
We can confirm from the book.
No, a comma doesn't feel right.
Where's the book?
Yeah. Uh, uh, I don't remember where it was.
Uh, yeah, it's difficult to remember. Maybe you can just search. Yeah, just scroll up. Uh, You could search that nini, the text index new.html.
It's here. It's here.
Yeah, render con but then your index is index new.
Uh,
Who is your editor? You have index underscore new.
yes. This one was complicated. It was another explanation
Mm.
about, I don't remember well, but it was about something about new. About it was in the explanation.
About the new page. If you
Yeah,
want to create a new form.
on how it was explaining on how the controller and the view are related. How you can, if you add new, you can you can ignore adding the template.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but it was something like that. It was explaining why we add the template. Why? So in this case, we don't have a template called index.new, so we created a render function in the controller.
okay. You created a render function in the view or in the controller?
It's the controller. This is the
Oh
controller.
yeah. Okay.
We don't have that template. Um, the only template available is index.html, not index new.
Okay. So
So you can you can call you can call the function the template. You can call it in the controller instead of creating. It's an option to creating a template in the template section here.
oh, okay.
Then it works. I think we were also adding data around here.
Okay. Maybe I will need to read that. Yeah. So what happens now if you run?
I ran. It says there's an error.
Hmm?
Sorry. Oops. It's an error. Compilation error. Undefined function. I read this and I can't remember. I don't remember where it was. But I read there was an explanation over there. Uh, module. Uh, I don't remember, but
Mm.
it was in this book.
You can
Uh,
search the book for the error. You can just do Control F and search
Search what now?
that error exactly. The thing you're seeing in the command.
Network. See, it's an image.
Or they put an image.
I think so.
Maybe you could just
Let me check. Oops.
yeah. I think that's not going to work. That's too much. That's
No,
too much.
it's not there. Let me search. Compilation error. No, undefined.
Yeah, undefined cannot expand tract.
Um, Is it here? No. Uh, it's not this one.
Yeah,
I don't know where it is.
yeah. Maybe we can read through it later on, so that we don't.
Yeah. So we ignore that one.
But what happens if you remove the new
Oh,
and
it will
just
work. It will work.
okay? If you remove the new, it will work.
Yes. Mm, click on there. Mm, I know it's not working. Also, something is wrong.
Don't expand struct.
It's the same problem.
So can you go to the file catalog.ex
Where is it?
lib in the lib directory, learn Phoenix
Oh,
catalog.ex. Then they said line. There's a line number.
10.
Line number 10. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the problem?
So that struct is undefined.
This product. Uh,
Line 10 list products.
yeah. So what do we do? It's,
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah. So you pushed this to your
No, I didn't push chapter 2.
okay. So define struct.
This is difficult.
No, I think we'll just figure it out. Provides a set of functions for querying product inventory. Did you copy paste from the book or you just typed?
I typed.
Okay.
Uh,
It's just one thing.
and it was fine when I did it.
Okay. Random product. So line 10. What's wrong with that line 10? Mm, can't see anything. What's the error saying again?
Mm,
Undefined
uh,
catalog products struct 1 is undefined.
there's that error in the book.
Yeah.
I have seen that error.
Just a minute.
And find error. No, it's not the same era.
What did you see in the book?
I saw an era relating to that, but it's not the same era. It's a different era.
Was number random function.
Um,
Mhm. Random product is a list of argument and then it calls the enum random function passing the list. Enum random is a built-in function that picks a random value from a list. So our code seems to be working fine, especially because it makes an assumption that the input random product is the list special product plus in a string. Uh, Maybe I need to read about structs. Let me see.
okay. Or I can Google the oops. I can Google the era. Where is it here?
Yeah, you can Google, but it says that the function um, leave. You can't Google with catalog because not everyone is doing catalog product.
Okay,
So it
Google.
says struct that takes one is undefined. You can start from struct. Yeah, it means there's no struct that takes one argument. Yeah, that.
Mm,
So what do they say?
uh, let's see the answer. Uh,
Just read it loud.
oh, alias. We haven't used alias.
Oh yeah, modules in Elixir need to be referred to their name. Okay,
So we use alias catalog.
where do we alias catalog?
Uh, um, I think here. Alias.
But the module is called catalog.
Okay. I don't know.
So I think maybe
Oh,
your module should be called learnphoenix.catalog.
eh. Oh yes, yes, you're right.
Capital L, capital P.
Uh,
And I don't expect that to solve it.
oh, another error. At least it's a different one.
It's the same.
Oh, it's the same. Oh, it's just a different line. Line 12.
Yeah,
Uh,
so it's the same. So if we look at this again, so there you define the module and then you define boot just the code, click on the code.
code?
I should say click on Sublime.
Okay.
So the abstract ID name price, then ID name price, then returns a list of available products. So this is an array of structs. Thus returned. The one name. Can you go to the place where they're writing these struct in the book? You can just search for. So they've just done the module catalog.
Yes.
Is that the same?
No.
Mhm.
Ah,
I think it's under structs, maybe.
strap. Okay. Oh, my computer is blurry again.
I don't think
Can you see? You can't see.
I can see.
Okay.
Can you see yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see.
Mm,
Structs with an S.
this is too fast. It's here.
So
It can
yeah,
be.
but how do they define it up there? Catalog.product or
Oh, yes.
it's called the module catalog.product.
Okay. Yeah, actually, you can see.
Yeah, and then they define the struct with ID. Um,
It is the struct ID.
yeah, the struct ID name and price, and then now back within our catalog module. Um, they add this, which we have catalog.product name potato.
It's fine. Maybe it's the name. Let me try again.
No, okay, yeah. So,
Mm,
but
what?
just go back to the book. Okay, just first. Okay, you're back in the book already. Just.
Okay, I'm in the book.
So it's everything is catalog.product.
Yes,
Okay, now let's see.
it's working. It was the name.
Okay, and then if you do localhost 4000 in your browser,
It's working.
yep. Then if you do, can you go to your routes files in
Uh,
Sublime? Mm, router, and then oh yeah, so it just goes to the index. Okay, so there's nothing you've done there.
so we cannot change the function. There's a function.
You cannot change the.
This function to how it was.
Yeah, you can try doing render. Con render. Yeah, how it was. Yeah, check to see.
For this, I
It's
reload
still
the page.
running. Yeah, you can reload the page. Yeah, I think you did this in your Phoenix new view. Can you look at your views?
I will.
Your views, the page view. Yeah, is it page view or something? I don't know.
Page.
Yeah, in your page view, you created a.
Index node. Oh yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
you see how we did? Instead of
Yes.
creating, usually the view is empty, but instead of creating a template called index new.html,
Mm,
that option can you can bring the template to the view. You can
mm.
render it in the view instead of creating it in the template folder. And alternative to this, we can delete this and then create a template called index.html in the templates folder. Then add data, this HTML data.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So we go on.
Yes. So at least our refactor with the pipe operator is working.
Yes.
Mm.
Um, the question. This is my table of contents.
You can go to view. You have view table of contents.
Oh, the one that was here.
I think you can clear the search. Maybe you have something in your search.
No, there's nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
I don't even know how to move out from the side. Oh, I think here. Oh, now
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, you can see.
I can see.
Okay. The next question. Identify all modules that use the use macro. Oh,
Identify all modules that use Mac.
uh, what are macros?
Macros are in a layman's language. I would just say shortcuts.
Oh,
Like they are
yes,
um for example when you run mix phoenix.new,
yes.
you're running a macro because it's a shortcut that goes to create a new project and generate all those files and all that stuff.
And what repeat?
I'm not sure of my words. Maybe we can do a Google search of the word macros in Phoenix or
Oh,
in Elixir, macros Elixir.
mm, mm, doc. macro. Eh?
These guys,
Look
they
at the
just say conveniences for working with macros. I think maybe a Stack Overflow answer could be ideal.
okay.
Or that not there. Maybe you should just search what are macros. What are macros in Elixir?
I think okay.
So what are they saying?
No,
Then, yeah, you saw something. Okay.
I saw, no, I saw it in Elixir screen. Wait, Elixir screen. Uh, macro. Where is the search bit? Macro. It's not here. Uh,
Advanced.
hey. They don't have a search. They don't have a search feature.
Hmm.
I saw it somewhere. Let me try this. Uh, uh, I don't know. I saw it
Um,
in Elixir screen, and I don't remember where it was.
yeah, let me just look at something. Uh,
It's not here. It's macro. Uh,
how come they don't have a clear definition?
I don't know.
Yeah, because all they say, like, they just try to.
No, it's here.
Well,
Uh,
oh, you're showing me something. Okay.
yes. Macros are special functions designed designed to return a quoted expression that will be inserted into our application code. Like, so here is a code example. Uh, we begin by defining the macro, def macro. Uh, uh, okay, I don't know. Def macro unless I don't know what is happening here.
Yeah, I think
Our macro dot unless true.
so. They're defining a macro which is called unless, and that macro takes an expression. It takes two arguments, an expression and a do block.
Oh,
Then they quote the do. Then they say if unquote expression, do unquote block. If not unquote expression, do unquote block.
hmm,
So you know how the unless statement works.
yeah.
where you can do unless maybe if I can just share my screen and uh, maybe I can get an editor online. So this we have Elixir online. So for example, we have unless true, do, and so you print the I puts so I puts. So if you see this line, what do you expect when we execute this?
I ought put
This, like, what do you expect when I run this execute?
You expect
Or maybe I can just simplify it by putting it unless one
yeah.
equals to one.
If that input is true, no,
Yeah.
unless it's false. If it's not true,
Mm.
I would put the data in the IO put the data in your brackets there.
So unless one equals to one.
So if one is equal to one, in this case it will not out. No, it will out. No, it will not output because it's true. One is equal to one, so it will bring an error.
I think it will put this. Oh, and they also said that I should use double quotes in Elixir, not single quotes.
Yes.
So yeah. So I think unless one equals to one, do this. So if one this will print.
It will print
Yeah.
unless it's positive.
Unless it's negative.
It will not print because it's true. The answer is positive. One plus one is equal to one is true, so it's positive. But unless it's for negative cases, so it will not print.
Okay. Yeah, I think it makes sense. It will not. Yeah. So unless one equals to two.
So there it will print because one is equal to two is false.
Ah.
Yeah.
So unless true. So if we do unless true, if we do unless true, it will not print. And then if you do unless false, prints. Nice. So back to your screen. Back to your screen. How is your screen?
We were reading about macros.
Yeah, back to your screen about macros. They're just showing us that unless it's a macro. So they're just defining, what is it?
Yeah.
They've defined a macro called unless that takes an expression and a do block,
Mm.
and then they do the quote unquote thing. So the quote is to convert it to an abstract syntax tree.
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
not
so,
sure.
yeah, I think I read somewhere that the quote converts whatever you're quoting to an abstract syntax tree,
It's here.
and then when you
And
unquote
what
it.
here? What is up here?
So they say the first step to metaprogramming is understanding how expressions are represented in Elixir. An abstract syntax tree, the internal representation of our code, is composed of tuples. These tuples contain three parts: function name, metadata, and function elements. In order to see the internal structures, in order to see the internal structures, Elixir supplies us with the quote to function. Using quote to, we can convert Elixir code into its underlying representation. Yeah, so quote to converts it to the underlying representation, which is the abstract syntax tree, the tuples,
Yeah.
and then unquote converts it to the user readable representation. So we can see there quote do 42 is 42, quote do hello, hello. Then when they do 1 plus 1, something else happens. Um, yeah. And then when you go to unquote, I'm not sure if the quote is clear for you.
The quote. No, no, no.
It's not clear.
Not clear.
So in your terms, will you maybe explain to me what you think the quote is?
Um, I don't know.
Good answer. Yeah. So
Mm.
it's just the same way that I was saying. Elixir is a compiled language. Now everything that we write is converted into a compiled form of the code of the machine language, so a language that the machine understands.
Mm.
So what they're doing in your screen, if you look at the first expression, they do quote do 42.
Yes.
So 42 when it's run
I,
by the, yeah.
I explain.
Yeah, so 42, like they're saying literal strings and integers, when you run them on the IEX shell,
Yeah.
they are not converted into machine language. Like they are just used literally as they are. So if you do quote do 42, it returns 42. If you do quote do hello, it returns hello. If you do quote do world, which is a symbol, it returns world. But if you do quote do 1 plus 2, it returns something else, which is a tuple.
Mm.
And in
Mm.
the tuple, the first argument
Yes.
is the expression, like the whatever, how do I call this? Um, whatever action we are doing, I nimesahau the words. But I think it's in this case it's the plus sign. So if it were 1 minus 2, it would be the minus.
Oh, okay. The expression.
Yeah, I think it's the expression. And then the second argument is a list. You see, it's saying the context is Elixir, and then it's importing the kernel. The kernel is the operating system kernel. So this just the second argument is the I've forgotten the word again. You can scroll up so that you see what they're explaining with that. So they say the name, the metadata, and then the function arguments. So the name of the expression, then that is the metadata. The metadata is just the data that will make explain more about that action. And then 1 and 2 are the arguments. So this is what the machine will receive. Like if we were writing code and we were to write 1 plus 1 as this symbol, I think we will take forever to do that. So what quote does, quote, if you can even go to your shell and try quoting 1 plus 2, you will get the same.
Quote.
So yeah, just Control C or new tab is fine. Yes.
In this project, in IX.
Yes. IEX, I think just IEX is okay. Without the dashes, yeah.
It's in a mixed project.
No, just do quote, then space 1 plus 1. Yeah, now you see it's taking the plus, yeah?
It's the same as this one.
Yes. So it's converting it into a language that the machine understands. So normally we should be writing code this way, like we should be writing 1 plus 1 in this manner,
Oh,
but they're making it simpler with us just having to write 1 plus 1. But for the machine to understand, it has to be converted to that. So what unquote does, unquote converts it back to the human readable form. So for example, if you do quote do, divide that, and then quote do divide, and then unquote. They're just nesting the quote and the unquote. So they say denominator equals 2. You see where it starts in the very first place, they say denominator equals 2. And then and then they do the quote.
Denominator. I don't understand this part. This answer. This result.
So there, what they're doing, they're dividing the quote do divide 42 by denominator.
Yeah.
So denominator is it's a variable.
Yes.
Yeah. So when they divide, I think it's just saying it's a division. Then there's no metadata about this division. There's nothing that they are adding. And then in the third element of the tuple is the argument. So they have 42 divided by the denominator. So the denominator is also quoted.
Unquote.
No, that's before they unquote.
Okay. Oh, it's quoted, so they are unquoting the denominator.
Yeah. So in
the value instead of the variable.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you just do in your shell, quote do, just do denominator equals 2.
write then.
Yeah, then equals to.
And then
Then quote do. Then
again.
just quote then denominator. You see
Uh,
what's there, what's returned.
yes.
Yeah. So the variable name is denominator, and there is nothing about it. And the argument, I think, is just saying that it's an Elixir expression or something. It's a variable. That's how variables that have values stored in them are quoted for the machine to understand.
Yeah, I understand. What if I do this? Oh, it's an error.
So you have to quote for you to unquote.
Oh, in the same line.
Yeah. So you can do quote do then unquote then.
And
No, you just before then just delete that, and then before then, yeah, unquote, then opening bracket.
which one? This one.
Ah, yeah, call function,
Uh,
normal brackets. Yeah, and there's no space between
oh,
quote and. Yeah, now that unquotes it to do. So when you quote it, you can unquote it back to then. Then it's two.
oh, okay. I have understood. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think the the concept is with macros you can write stuff that you can do the quote unquote and write expressions that the machine understands, and then things become faster to like it just makes it easier to run a lot of tasks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense.
Okay.
So it's just like a shortcut, how I understand it, because when you do like they say like mix new command is a macro, and they say like um use the use command is a macro. Like if you go and say use catalog dot product, that's a macro. The use keyword is a macro. So it's just
So,
a shortcut to import those stuff.
so the question was modules that use the use macro.
Yeah, identify modules that use the use macro. I think that's in your project.
In the project, is
Yeah.
it a macro? Or it's created when
But
you
you use the use macro. See, kuna places where you typed
use.
use. Yeah, like that. Use
Or
is a macro.
this module, learn Phoenix Web.
Yeah, so that's a macro. The use macro in that case, it's telling your module
It was
to
in the view
use.
and the controller.
Yes. So in this case, use is the macro. Then the learn Phoenix Web is whatever project you created.
Okay. But the module, it's not specifying. Oh, the module is the view and the controller.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I think even the mix.txs, it has use somewhere.
Thanks. Yeah, use.
Yeah.
Okay.
So mix also uses the use macro.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Uh,
anywhere you typed use when you're doing your stuff, you use the use macro.
okay.
Then identify all modules that use the use learn Phoenix Web and replace the line with injected code. Mix with the injected code. I don't understand. Identify all modules that use the use learn Phoenix Web and replace the line with the injected code. What's an injected code?
I don't know.
Run mix Phoenix server to see that it still works.
Sorry. I'm trying to Google. I can't see now.
You can't see. You
Oh, now I can.
oh, so you want to restart your machine?
No,
It's dark.
it will take. If you can see, it's fine.
But can you see?
Yes.
Are you struggling?
No, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
Code injection is the malicious. No, is the malicious injection or introduction of code into an application. The code introduced or injected is capable of compromising data integrity and or compromising privacy properties, security, and even data collectors. It can also steal data and or bypass access and authentication controls. Code injection attacks can plague applications that depend on user input for execution. Uh, it feels like a bug.
Yeah, I think this is different from what we are looking for. This actually means SQL injections. You've ever heard of SQL injection?
So,
You can just Google SQL injection. I think that's what that guy is trying to explain. You've used MySQL
yeah,
or
not
any database stuff.
Postgres.
So yeah, SQL injection is a code injection technique used to attack data-driven applications in which nefarious SQL statements are inserted into an entry field for execution, e.g., dump database. So this happens in applications where people depend on like user input, like people execute user inputs. For
Hmm.
example, if I was to like the login and password,
It's like
if I
a
ask,
virus.
yeah,
Like a virus.
not specifically a virus, but it's just a case where you can take advantage of code being executed to execute code that how do I put it?
It's good.
Maybe um,
Huh?
I don't know how to put it, but mostly guys do it by putting parameters through, like for example, if you write google.com,
Hmm.
if you just do www.google.com
I did.
and yeah, just do www.google.com and then after that you can put a slash after .google.com, a forward slash, and then could put question mark p
This one.
p for port
Oh,
port
okay.
equals select,
Let's select.
yeah, plus plus maybe star, like, so people can always access, like, malicious people.
Mm.
If you were to execute any code that comes here, so question mark p always means a parameter. So someone can take advantage and use that parameter to add maybe a select query, maybe select star from maybe your table. So when he sends this, it
Mm.
can do damages to your database or something. I don't know if I make sense.
Yes. You know
You
that's
you
like a
written,
virus.
yeah.
It's like a virus.
Yeah, it's malicious. That's what I can say. I wouldn't say that it's a virus because one of the
It doesn't
um,
multiply.
yeah, it does not multiply. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's just malicious people. They can. That's how maybe some guys also. So I think for application security there are ways. That's even why the MVC framework came to being, so that the model, the database and the routes and all that stuff are very not dependent on each other. So when you create your models, or let's say contexts in Elixir world, and then you create your controllers and then you create your routes. Like someone cannot just do something like this and everything is executed. So I think that's what that guy is talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, because if initially someone could even come here and write delete all from a table in the database if he knows that table. And since he knows that you're going to execute whatever parameter you get here, you will delete everything from your database. Yeah, but I think that's not the injection that I think it's kind of an injection that the macros do, but that's not the injection they're talking about.
Okay. So can go back to uh our session injection. Uh, no, I will go further.
What's
Further.
the Yeah.
Just search link.
Yeah, and also I think I have to get going. I should be on another call by 8.
Oh, oh, sorry.
Yeah, na I think nafaa kuchukua like some 10 minutes then I get home.
Oh, oh, okay. So you're not even home.
No, I'm not home. I'm in town.
You you said it down.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think if I would have left for home,
Mm.
six could have found me when I would be still on the road. Because there was something I was doing until 6, so I wouldn't leave for home that early.
Oh, my machine is
Yeah.
fine again. Uh,
So you can see? Me, I can see everything.
Me too. It has changed. Back to normal. Uh,
Oh,
where were we? It was here.
yeah. Yeah, macros inject code. Nice. Yeah, you're getting things from Safari Book Online.
Ah, I have not seen this
Yeah.
one.
Why, why are you why are you moving back from it?
I think this one is fine.
That's dependency injection. Dependency injection is also different. Dependency injection
Yes,
is, dependencies like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, so dependency injection is um how do I explain it? Uh, like if you have if you have modules that depend on each other,
Mm.
one can, I don't have the words. I don't have the words. So what are they saying? Can you just read?
Um, I persistently advocated for integration tests that reduce the need for mocks and stubs. However, occasionally around there's no getting around having some type of test specific behavior to circumvent a troublesome dependency. There are different tools and techniques to help address the issue. Some languages have support for this better, some don't, requiring the use of libraries. Elixir has a simple and effective mechanism that I'm really keen on. Let's look at an example. This is an example.
Yeah.
We have a controller that calls my app mailer send. It calls this function my app mailer then send. Uh, while it isn't practical to test that an actual email is sent, uh, we'd be happy.
Yes. So I
Actually,
think maybe what they do, they take like they
so
make
injection.
they make yeah.
Where is the injection?
Um, Send from template params. Then they have the struct case transmission send inspector none. I think I'll have to read this better.
Okay.
I don't understand how it works, but dependency injection actually just it gets dependencies from other modules or models and brings it to related maybe models without having to write the joins and all that. I don't know how I can explain. I will research on it and then maybe we go through that tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the correct words.
You're going now.
Yeah, I need to get going. It's like 20 minutes to the top of the hour.
Okay, maybe you should go.
Yeah, maybe I should go. Then
Yeah,
tomorrow we can do same time.
tomorrow. Tomorrow is
Tomorrow
Friday.
is Friday. Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure.
noticed.
I missed out. I
You
used to
missed?
go to school in town, and now I don't go to town.
You missed?
I miss town.
Oh, so tomorrow you want to go to town?
I'm not sure yet. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll,
Okay, so yeah, let me rush and then we'll chat when I get home. Eh?
okay, bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.